Hi everyone, welcome to Oil Pastels Level 1. You're going to need oil pastels, a Level 1 technique sheet, and a color wheel. Start with me by writing your name and your class code at the top of your paper. We're going to look at the success criteria for Oil Pastel Level 1. The first thing we're going to talk about is, are your colors blended well? Check this one out right here. We've got 3 stripes of colors and they're not blended together at all. These were carefully done. You can see they're all going in the same direction and they are actually blended together. The next one is your color mostly neat and inside the line? You can see that I carefully colored going in the same direction here, and over here it looks like I got caught in a tornado a little bit. The next one is, are your colors bright? Did you not over blend? So check it out. I blended right here, but I didn't blend so much that you can't even really see the colors anymore. And the last one for Level 1 is, did you choose neighbor colors on the color wheel? Then you'll get a nice, strong, vibrant color. If you choose colors that are across from each other, you get brown, just like that. We're going to start with blending. So the first thing you're going to do is you'll take out your color wheel and you're going to choose 2 neighbor colors to blend together. So 2 colors that are close to each other on the color wheel. And we are off. I'm trying to color in the same direction, going gently back and forth, really trying to cover up any of the white spaces. Now there are 2 ways to cover up the white spaces. You can press so hard down that your hand starts to hurt, or you can just gently go over and over again until the white spaces are filled in. I'm pressing really hard towards the end, and then I'm getting lighter and lighter and lighter as you go towards the middle, because that is where the 2 colors are going to blend together. So here we go. I start with my green. I'm pressing quite hard along the edge there, and then as I get towards the center, I'm going to get lighter and lighter and lighter. Now check out what's going to happen as my light green mixes up with my light blue. I'm going to increase the speed here and carefully go over it again and again to really try to fill in those white spots and make it a really gradual transition between the green and the blue. You can always take your lighter color and use it as a blender, just like I'm using my light green right here. And there you have it. Now it's your turn. All right, so the next step is tint and shade. So the first thing you want to do is choose 1 color for the base color plus white and black. So you can see, in this case, I chose pink. You just want to cover the whole rectangle with your base color. I sped up my work a little bit so you don't have to sit through it. And then you, in this case, are going to start with your tint, which is your white on one side. So started it on one side, gave it a good strong rub, trying to color in that same direction. And then we do the same thing with the black, except we have to be super careful with the black so we don't overdo it. So I'm going to very, very gently color going in that horizontal direction there, and I'm really barely touching the paper. Now I'm going to do a little trick, because I'm going to take my base color and blend the black using my base color, because remember, once you add too much black, it's really hard to go back. So just do a little bit at a time, and then what I'll do is I'll grab my black again and add a little bit more, and then blend it again until I get the shade that I'm looking for. Okay, now it's your turn. Pause this video and do the box tints and shades. Welcome back. Now we're on base layer plus texture. So the first part, obviously, is just to give it a nice base layer. I did it in super speed here. Try to fill in all those white spaces the best you can. Blend a little bit if you want. It's totally up to you. We just want to have a nice solid base that we can add some texture on top of. There you go, beautiful. So the next thing you want to do is choose a color to add your texture. I chose a dark blue to add a lot of contrast to start, and then I changed it up with a pink just to see how that would look. Now it's important that you do this very, very carefully and really think about what effect you are trying to make before you begin. So some small controlled circles look really nice as well too. All right, it is your turn. Pause this video and do your base layer plus texture. Welcome back, and now it is time for stippling. Now I already started here. What you can see is stippling is lifting your oil pastel off of the paper, making little tiny stripes, little tiny marks on your paper. It is going to be a little bit noisy when you do stippling. For this one, I just chose some random colors, some colors that I thought might look nice together. So I did obviously some red and orange on one side, and then I'm going to go ahead and choose two different colors for the other side. Again, looking at that oil pastel, it's lifting up, lifting up, lifting up with every line. I'm not just going back and forth on the square. So keep going, keep adding some different colors across there, see what it ends up looking like. I had one student say to me one time that it looks like this is the same technique that Vincent van Gogh might have used when he was painting the Starry Night. What do you think about that? Okay, and this next one is called light blending. So what you want to do is choose two neighbor colors on the color wheel again and very gently start coloring on one side. And then with the other color on the other side, horizontally, making sure not to leave huge white gaps, but your pressure is going to be pretty light for a lighter effect, and the colors are going to blend in the middle. And the last one is called Spaghetto. It is super fun. The first thing you want to do is fill up that entire space with either one base color or a bunch of base colors. Pro tip, it looks a lot cooler if you do use more than one color. So I'm going to speed it up and just fill in the background with some solid blocks of color. The next thing that you're going to do is take a black oil pastel and go to town. Go and cover up the whole area with black. I'm going to fast forward this, but it will help if you really take your time and make sure that there is no oil pastel showing through. The next thing you're going to do is take a sharp whatever. We use sticks in the art room, but thumbtacks also work as well, as do scratch art tools. And you are going to add some texture by scratching off the black surface and exposing the color underneath. Check it out. Here we go. I'm going to start with a zigzag line. I'm going to go back and forth so that the line looks a little bit thicker. A pro tip, change it up. Make some lines thick, some lines thin. Some little dots, some big dots. It looks a lot more interesting than when you do that, as opposed to just leaving it all the lines with the same thickness. Congratulations, you've done it. You have passed level 1 with oil pastels. The next thing I want you to do is to take out the success criteria sheet, put it right next to what you've just done, and take a look and see what you did really well and what you need to work on. We're going to look at the success criteria for oil pastel level 1. The first thing we're going to talk about is, are your colors blended well? Check this one out right here. We've got 3 stripes of colors and they're not blended together at all. These were carefully done. You can see they're all going in the same direction and they are actually blended together. The next one is your color mostly neat and inside the line? You can see that I carefully colored going in the same direction here, and over here it looks like I got caught in a tornado a little bit. The next one is, are your colors bright? Did you not over blend? So check it out. I blended right here, but I didn't blend so much that you can't even really see the colors anymore. And the last one for level 1 is, did you choose neighbor colors on the color wheel? Then you'll get a nice, strong, vibrant color. If you choose colors that are across from each other, you get brown, just like that.